But anyway, let's talk about John Sterling. Oh, my God. The responses this morning from Sid Rosenberg and especially Noam Laden. Oh, he's the best. The nicest person in the world. There was Gandhi and then there was John Sterling. Couldn't be more hopelessly wrong, as he will officially retire on Saturday at the house that Jeter and A-Rod built, which is just America's Mall. It's not the house that Ruth built. No. And I think it's quite appropriate, Justin Ellick, because you know what Saturday is 420, right? It's the International Puff Puff Pass Day for all pot smokers out there. It's their international holiday. Now, I would suggest, if anybody knows John Sterling, he has been known to like to sample that product from time to time. I understand he's an old whippersnapper. I'll soon be in that category in my 80s, hopefully if I survive. But that is one of the things about John Sterling that really has never, ever been spoken about. It might be nice if he actually talks about it in retirement, but I doubt it. And then, of course, there's John Sterling in the broadcast booth, and everybody was playing all the cuts of the 3 decades of him calling out in his own unique way Yankee successes, both away and at home games. I've chosen this particular broadcast. I think it was at Fenway Park.
At the belt. And now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2.
Right back on track, John Sterling. But what a lot of people don't realize is that John Sterling was around for quite some time and suddenly landed with the Yankee broadcast job. But before that, in 1971, I first heard John Sterling at what was the great talk radio station in our Northeast region, WMCA, way down the aisle. Used to be the good guys, right? WMCA, spinning stacks of wax. And then it translated R. Peter Strauss, family-owned, run and operated talk radio station, where the king of talk radio, Bob Grant, was implanted in the afternoons. It was a great station. And John Sterling actually did sports talk at night, starting at about 7 o'clock. And he tried to become the Bob Grant of sports talk radio, which is an impossibility. Many pretenders, but only one Bob Grant. I want to give you a little sample of John Sterling as a talk show host, speaking sports at the old WMCA, which is now $1 a holler for Holy Rollers, but back then was the go-to station for all your talk.
So the Nets had him and let him off the hook. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do if he can't? It's not his fault either, you know. What am I going to do if he can't ferret it out? What would I do? I would have to think. I'll tell you what, I'd have to do some serious thinking. I'd do some serious thinking, you know. I'd really have to do some serious thinking about what to do. You know, I guess, you know, at times you won't be able to take calls for a while, you know. Or eliminate anyone who has a young voice. And I guess, it sounds ridiculous, I guess we're going to have to do that. Well, no, I didn't mean that. I meant we'd have to eliminate anyone, no matter what they thought or said. So I think it slows the pace of the show down. So I'd have to think about that. WMCA, John Sterling, hello.
Anyway, right back to take it, Coach. See, he did not have the panache of a Bob Grant. No. And by the way, you notice he had feedback. Justin Ellick, if you can reach out to John Sterling, because I'm trashing him today, find out if that feedback was the result of his headphones, just like with our headphones here. You know, our crack engineers, Kevin George program. We have the state-of-the-art headphones. Whenever you hear that feedback, like in the beginning, where you heard John Sterling talking as a talk show sports host on WMCA at the time, it's because the headphones are crappy. They are here, and they obviously were there in 1977. But there's another thing you need to know about John Sterling. The Yankees had been out of the run for the World Series for 18 years. They were bought by CBS, and a guy named Burke, Michael Burke, was put in charge of running the Yankees right in to the ground, into the abyss. They were down there with Baseman Bertha year in and year out. So all of a sudden, George Steinbrenner Sr. of the American Shipbuilding Company puts together a consortium in Cleveland to buy the Yankees. After CBS, the guy named Paley tells Burke, sell it. It's a headache. We got to get out of the business of Yankees. It's a ghost town. Sometimes there'd be only 5,000 people in the stands. The old Yankee Stadium could seat 60,000 plus. So they started to segue out. They sold it to the consortium of George Steinbrenner Sr., and then all of a sudden, who all of a sudden was swapping wives, swapping kids, and yes, swapping dogs in 1973 in spring training. But Fritz Peterson and Mike Hekich. Steinbrenner Sr. was very conservative, went absolutely eclectic. Mike Burke of CBS, who wanted to stay on with Steinbrenner in some role as general manager, president of operations, who knows, former CIA guy, criminals in action. Steinbrenner Sr. goes crazy on him, holds him responsible for allowing this kind of activity to take place within the confines of Yankee Stadium. He called it what? We're bringing Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice to Yankee Stadium? Hey, guess what, Burke? You're out of here. And he brought in Gabe Paul. And now you know the rest of the story. And it was never John Sterling. His name was John, S-L-O-S-S, John Sloss.